Today is a wonderful day to be alive, to be grateful, to be happy. Today, we live on faith, but I'm not understanding why so many people have such a hard time living on faith. They cannot do anything. They don't expect anything to happen in their desires because they're lacking that faith. That's what I want to discuss today, and I want people to be leaving this video with an enhanced faith that you can and you will have what you deserve, what you desire, and what you want out of life. A lot of people want to argue with me. Well, not necessarily want to argue with me, but a lot of people do end up arguing with me about living on faith. It's usually the people who do not believe in a higher power. It's usually the people who do not believe that we're here for a reason. It's usually the people who don't think that everything is just coincidental. It's not really. It's all just very temporary. We're gonna come in, leave, and that's it. It's done. You won't even remember it or anything. But we do live on faith, and I'm gonna explain to you how those same people even do live on faith without even realizing it. When you decide you want to go to somewhere new, maybe you've heard of the place before, maybe someone told you. Let's say it's a different restaurant or something, right? Something you've never been to. You put in your map and it tells you where to go. But how do you know that map is actually true? You assume it's true. You expect it to be true, and you have faith that it will get you to where you want it to be. You put it in your map and you start driving, or you start walking, or you take your bike, and it tells you make a left here, make a right here. You've never been on this road before. You've never seen this place before. Maybe the road is a little bumpy, there's some potholes, but you're paying attention, you're making sure you're not hitting those potholes. You don't want to mess with your car. And you pull up on this plaza, and it doesn't look how you expect it to look. But there it goes, the store is right there. And you made it to that destination that you chose, that you specifically chose, and you decided that you wanted to go there because you trusted and you had faith that it will happen. Now, if those same people did not live on faith, there's no way you could use any single map ever, because the map is always a guide to the unknown. And you might think this does not relate to lively aspects such as like your relationship or work or whatever desire you may have. Maybe you want to travel, maybe you want a different job, maybe you want a different relationship, maybe any one of your desires. You might believe that there's no possible way that it will happen, and that's because you're lacking in the faith. It's very clear. So what I wanted to get into is what is it going to take for you to have faith? This is something I asked myself, and even I was lacking in faith at some point, and that is exactly why I'm making this video. If you simply ask the higher power, which you may or may not believe in, but if you do ask the higher power, which is always listening, always watching, always making things in perfect order, in perfect harmony, makes the sun go up, makes the moon come around, always in the perfect time, in the appointed time. Everything works perfectly together because of this higher power that's watching over all the animals, all the living beings, all the non-living beings. Us, me and you, are connected by the same higher power. And that's why you're here today. If you ask this higher power to show you some signs, to show you some proof, to affirm your faith, to strengthen your faith in him, in the higher power, him or her. I mean, in the English language, we have to use, like gender, I guess you could say, into the higher power. Watch, it will happen. Only if you ask the higher power. We cannot ask something random. You can't ask me for the faith. I cannot give you the faith. There's no way I can give you the faith. But if you were to ask the higher power for clear proof, a clear sign, a clear manifestation of the higher power's work and its love for you, you will receive that sign. But when that sign comes to you, you can't deny it. You'll know, and make sure and ask for this sign to be clear and like there's no doubt. That's what I also asked in my list and characteristics when I was looking for a partner, that I wanted to have no doubt about the person I was going to be with, the person I was going to marry. I wanted no doubts. because I've had doubts before, and I hate doubts. I don't like having doubts. I mean, I'm not saying doubts are bad. I'm just saying I don't like to have doubts about the things that I want to do, the things that I do. So I always ask and pray to the higher power to give me the faith and the confidence without any doubt and a clear affirmation sign, and watch, it will happen. But once you do this, like I said, you need to be on the lookout. You need to keep your eyes open, be relaxed. You don't even have to wait for it to happen. It'll come when you least expect it, because we live in a life of unpredictability. This video came to you unpredictably. I mean, yeah, there might be an algorithm or whatnot, but it works in unpredictable ways. You cannot predict the next thing that will happen. If you could predict the next thing that will happen, I'm pretty sure your life will be pretty boring. You might think it'll be fun for a little bit, but there's gonna be no more. Imagine you could never receive a surprise gift anymore. How would you feel if someone wanted to bring you a gift and you already knew it was coming every single time? You're gonna have to act surprised. You're gonna be like, oh, thank you. How would I have known? No, you wouldn't want that. Well, I'm sure what you want is a life full of wonderful surprises. Nobody wants a bad surprise. But in my previous video, I was talking about how we put our attention, we create more of whatever we put our attention on. So if we continue to put our attention on the lack of faith, on the lack of us receiving what we want to receive in life, then there's absolutely no way you're gonna get what you want, because your attention is on the complete opposite. But now that you're aware of that, that is like the biggest thing that we can do for ourselves, is bring awareness on how we're thinking, how we're feeling, and all of the different, just awareness in general. Because when we have the awareness, now we can make the change. If you were not aware that you could do something, you would have never attempted to do it. So I'm hoping that this video has brought you the awareness that the lack of faith that you may have is absolutely what's going to be stopping you from achieving anything in your manifestation goals, in your relationship goals, in your work goals. And I know you have experiences from your past that can confirm when you had faith in something and it worked out. I want you to dig into your past, think about those things, and give it that little boost of faith. And then I want you to ask for a big, clear proof of faith. Ask for that big, clear proof of faith, and I want you to remember this video and come back to it and let me know in the comments below the coincidental, unexpected, and surprising event that only makes sense for you. Like, it wouldn't make sense for me or for anyone else. Like, that event, if you explain it to someone, it's not going to give someone else faith. But I want you to come back to this video and explain to me what that thing was as your own affirmation as well, because I know it'll happen. One of the hardest things about maintaining this mindset and maintaining this attitude is that our bodies have become conditioned, have become used to, because our bodies are so adaptable. They want to stay in homeostasis. They want to stay the same. So when we're used to thinking negatively, not having faith, not believing, then our body is going to give us emotions and thoughts, because emotions and thoughts are connected. The emotion, then the thought, which then affects our emotions again, that maybe this is not going to work. Maybe this is all BS. It's not going to work. Then the moment you agree with that and you feel that way, you're going to make that happen again. It's not going to work. And that's because life gives you whatever you ask for. I know some people do not want to hear that, because they look at their current life now and they get very upset that they ask for this kind of life. But this is actually good news for you, because now you can make big change, big leap forward, and things will get only better as long as you maintain the current awareness and mindset that you currently have from this video. What I did is I started a gratitude journal. It is one of the most beneficial things you could do for yourself. And it's actually gonna be part of my program that I'm releasing on March 1st. You can join that in my Patreon below. You can join for free for now. Just get updates on my videos and when I'm gonna release this program. And it's gonna give you the 100% discipline that you're gonna need for the gratitude, for the relationships, and to manifest your goals. It's also going to give you the full steps on what to do, full clear instructions, exactly how to do it, when to do it. There's going to be no questions. I mean, you might have some questions, which I'll be happy to answer, but I'm saying it'll be all laid out very clearly. I want you to join the Patreon below. If this sounds something interested to you, it's completely for free. You can log in with Google or Facebook or even Apple or something. Easy. But this gratitude journal is important, because when you write down all the things that you're grateful for on a single day, those acts of gratitude come from sources outside of ourselves. It would be really hard. Gratitude usually comes when, someone gives you something, a blessing comes to you, whatever it may be. All these blessings can come and do come from the higher power, whether it comes in the form of this video. Man, it's white, it's so bright. Whether it comes in the form of this video, whether it comes in no traffic on your way to work, whether it comes in an unexpected meal, or so many little things. There's so many little things that happen without your knowledge that work out perfectly in your favor. If you ask the higher power to make those things that happen for you very clear, so that way you may understand the higher power's capacity, potential, you'll receive it. It's amazing. When you ask, you receive. It's amazing. And there's nothing more I can really tell you about that. So that's gonna be the end of today's video. Just ask and you receive. But you just ask the higher power and just think about what you want to ask for. Like I said, if you don't have faith in it, it won't work, because you don't have faith. And it's the same thing with the map. The map takes you to the unguided place. Like the place that's unknown to you, and you just have to trust the map, follow along the journey. But if you don't have that trust to begin with, you're not going to even attempt to take that first step. So ask for the faith and the capacity and the power and the confidence to take that first step onto that journey, and to make that journey good for you. It's amazing. Anyway, see you in the next video. Appreciate you being here. And may the higher power bless you today.